Good morning, Fort Worth. It is 30 January. You've got Andrew here and our two co-hosts this morning. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. How are you?
Stage left to right. Let's get some names here.
My name is Brock.
Brock.
And I'm Jason.
And you guys are with?
The Real House Foundation and the Fort Worth Film Club.
Excellent. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
For sure.
A little early this morning. We got some segments for you guys, starting off with weather. If this is your first time joining us, the Fort Worth Roots Morning Show is a segment 20 to 30 minutes long just to get you informed with what's going on around Fort Worth and a few stories from abroad, just to get you prepared for your drive to work and all that good stuff. So we do have full long episodes, and you guys can actually join us when we record Tuesdays at McFly's Pub. You can find all this stuff on streaming services like Pandora, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. Just go to your wherever you listen to music, type in Fort Worth Roots, and it should pull it up. We also have videos associated with these episodes on YouTube. All right, let's get into this weather. Did you guys get a little bit of rain last night?
Just a bit. Just a bit.
They're talking about some severe flooding in some areas of DFW, and I'm thinking it's raining outside, so of course it's flooding.
I went swimming last night.
Did you?
Yeah, in the rainwater. It's refreshing and healing.
Well, they yesterday, whenever we read off the news or the weather report, I think it called for the rain to stop at 4 a.m., and it is certainly not doing that. So,
No.
All right, so Thursday, January 30th. 67 for a high, 45 for a low, 89% chance of rain today. Friday, 66 for a high, 38 for a low. No more rain. Saturday and Sunday are going to be beautiful. Saturday, 70 for a high, 48 for a low. And Sunday, 76 for a high and 54 for a low. I was talking to the owner of Tres Amigos yesterday, and she was commenting on how it's going to be such a great weekend. It's payday weekend. It's going to be beautiful outside, so go find yourself a local business with a patio, because it's going to be nice.
I thought it was still winter.
Well, it's whatever.
Okay.
Why do we even have
Do seasons
Seasons.
exist anymore?
There's no
Aren't we? It's
What's the
2025, right? Can we just get rid of this?
Yeah,
It's fluid. Seasons are fluid.
Seasons are so 20th century. Yeah. Oh my God.
We've moved past that.
So our next segment is our National Day of, and these get dumber every day. January 30th is National Croissant Day.
It's pronounced croissant.
Which I'm here for, because and apparently my mother has started listening to the show. So
How do you feel about that?
do
you want to unpack that?
It's a little unnerving, but Mom, don't listen to the next 30 seconds. But I was a small kid because eating at my mom's house was difficult. She was not a great cook. But whenever the croissants came out, oh my God, that was perfect.
So did she make the croissants, or were these?
You know how it is. It comes in a can. You pop the can. You throw it on the baking sheet.
Right.
Hard to mess that up. So croissants were. That was a good day.
Mr. Pillsbury was a genius.
Today is also NASA's Day of Remembrance. Let's click on that. NASA's Day of Remembrance is observed annually on the last Thursday of January, and this year will be marked on January 30th. This day is organized by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, a body responsible for managing U.S. space research and other activities. Space exploration is perilous, yet scientists and astronauts accept this challenge bravely. This day commemorates the members of the NASA family who gave up their lives to advance the cause of space discovery. These include the crew members of the space missions Apollo 1, Challenger, and Columbia. This year, the NASA Day of Remembrance also commemorates the tragedy of Apollo 1, which occurred 55 years ago.
Were we all around to watch the Challenger event in school on TV?
Was Challenger...
You seem younger than us.
Barely. Which one broke up over Texas, and there were like ranchers finding pieces of it?
That was Columbia.
That was.
Okay.
Yeah. Challenger was the one that exploded on liftoff in the 80s? 86?
Yeah, 86.
86.
Now, did Challenger also launch out of Florida?
Yes.
Yeah.
How wild is that?
Yeah.
That we're finding debris all the way over in Texas. I mean, I guess it's a spaceship, so.
And it goes up really high.
Yeah. I was commenting that this morning was feeling a little bit rough because I was binge watching a show on TV called For All Mankind, and it's all about NASA and what would have happened if the Russians had made it to the moon first. Great show, and it's stealing my soul. I can't stop watching.
That's what TV is meant to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than usual, though.
It's the only capital we have left in this world, so it's just your time. Man.
Attention is the new labor.
God. All right, this day in history, 1968, the Tet Offensive begins with surprise attacks. Viet Cong and North Vietnamese forces break the holiday truce, launching a widespread military campaign against U.S. and South Vietnamese targets that is among the largest of the Vietnam War. 1972, Bloody Sunday. Northern Ireland suffers Bloody Sunday. British soldiers fire on unarmed Catholic civil rights protesters during a Derry, Northern Ireland march, killing 14 and wounding 17. The incident ratchets up tension and strife during the Troubles. Back in 1972, that sounds terrible.
And it also caused us to have U2, so I mean, you know.
That's right.
There's also other tragedies that come out of it.
Oh, God. You guys are great. 1973, Kiss, Rock and Roll All Night for the first time. Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Chris, excuse me, and Ace Frehley changed their band's name from Wicked Lester to perform as Kiss for the first time. I did not know that. A few months later, they'll add their iconic makeup, and the rest will be history.
Ooh.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Speaking of too early.
Yeah. I was talking on the phone yesterday with a promoter. He's an agent for an artist that we're trying to get on the show, and he's name dropping all these different, like, very well known celebrities inside the music community. And after he mentions each name, do you know who that is? And I'm so bad. Like, I know who Kiss is, but I'm struggling with their names.
You should just go, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar.
Right, yeah.
I can't do this right now.
I only
would I have
listen
seen their
to these types of...
No, I mean...
Where would I have seen them play? I'm sorry.
Even my favorite bands, I might know the lead singer's name, maybe. And I don't know what school he went to or when he released his first single. I don't know.
His favorite color?
No.
Or preferred meal?
Where he likes to eat on Sundays.
They don't have
Bloody Sundays.
They don't have a tiger beat for, like, adults, do they?
I don't think they have a tiger beat,
Oh,
period.
that's too bad. That's too bad. We need to
You're
bring that
really
back.
showing your age here. and your taste in reading material.
All right, onward. We're going into the Fort Worth Report. You can follow on at fortworthreport.org for the next 3 stories. This one is by Eric E. Garcia. Federal funding Fort Worth agencies organizations face scrutiny under Trump order. Oh, God. The internet did a thing. That's okay. We can undo that. Here we go. As the Trump administration attempts to push pause on federal grants and loans, nonprofits, school districts, and government agencies are scrambling to respond. Noise mitigation efforts planned for 6 schools near a Fort Worth military base funded through the U.S. Department of Defense Community Noise Mitigation Program are among those that could be examined under Trump's plan to ensure federal funding is in line with the executive orders to scrap initiatives on transgender rights, immigration, environmental assessments, and diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. We don't do politics on this show, but I was trying to see what programs locally that might be affected. Let's see here. I'm just kind of scanning forward. This looks like a lot of political stuff. Nonprofit organizations, school districts, government agencies, and other reliant on federal funds were among these around the country trying to determine what affects.
They did rescind that order as well.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At least for now. And again, not to be political, but just to throw some more current information on
No,
the
it's
story.
good. It's good. Because I know that a lot of people are panicking. And my father and mother, they're on Medicaid and Social Security and all that stuff. So it's something that everybody's concerned about. Right. So there are programs that are funded federally that are kind of worried they're going to lose all their funding. So, all right, onward, fortworthreport.org. This story is by, they move it around on me, Matthew Scroy. Flu cases are spiking across North Texas, according to Cook Children's Health Care System, overwhelming hospitals and forcing schools to adapt. Godly ISD, a rural district about an hour southwest of Fort Worth, closed Wednesday, January 29th for the rest of the week after nearly 1/4 of its students fell ill. And while one Fort Worth area school district is seeing a rise in absences, others are on constant watch, according to officials. You guys can read on fortworthreport.org. So make sure you're washing your hands. I don't know. Don't go to school. Stay out of school, kids. All right.
Who needs learning?
Right.
Yeah. You get all the learning you need from YouTube, like your daddy.
That's right.
Here's your.
It was good enough for my grandfather. It's good enough for you.
That's right. That's where I learned quadratic equations.
Our space news for the day, again, with the political stuff, but this seemed important. President Trump calls for fast-track return to Earth of the former Starliner astronauts. So I finally got an answer to a question that had been driving me nuts for a couple of months. I thought these guys came home. Do y'all remember them coming home?
Right.
Yeah, kind of.
I thought so too.
They came home. They were being treated at a medical center for their long duration in space. And I watched a video yesterday, and it was saying that, well, the reason is they brought somebody else back that had been up in space.
I've seen that movie. Yeah, I know how that works. Yeah.
I don't know, man, but it's been throwing me for a loop. Anyway, they're still up there. SpaceX was already tasked with returning NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams as part of the Crew 9 mission. The departure was delayed by NASA due to unresolved issues with the 5th Crew Dragon capsule that will launch the Crew 10 flight. And that is all they gave us for that story. Yeah, so they're still up there, and I'm not seeing dates here, but I heard, I think May or June is when they're planning on bringing them back now. Because what they did is they sent another crew up there with space for the 2 that are stranded. And they're like, well, this is an expensive trip. We're going to get our work done, and then when we're done, we'll go back with you.
Or also, they just really enjoy the view, too.
Yeah.
So,
well, space is hard, to quote one very...
and big.
Yeah, and big. So, anyway, but it's not like just sitting up there waiting to go home. I mean, you're losing bone density, muscle mass, eye pressure. I mean, your health is being affected. You're slowly collapsing on yourself. Yep. So, I don't know. I would definitely be alarmed if they were like, oh, you know how we were going to send you up there for 6 weeks? Well, it's going to be closer to a year. Hope you packed extra underwear. I don't know.
Or whatever. Space underwear.
Yeah, space
They
underwear.
have specific astronaut underwear.
Has to be delineated.
Tell me more about this space underwear. Actually,
it's freeze dried,
right?
Like the ice cream they give you.
Yeah, it dissolves after a while.
Yeah. Freeze dried ice cream, NASA underwear. Yeah. What? Yeah. It's a package deal. And calm down.
Right. And the Tang. Do they still send them up with Tang?
They have to carry their own nowadays.
Okay. Tang dropped the endorsement. Yeah. That's what it was.
Really?
I don't know.
I know. I think it's tough to get sponsorships these days. So
let me tell you. It's
maybe
tough
Sunny
to get
Delight. I'm sure. That's why we pay for everything ourselves.
Yeah, out of our pockets and steal from our children's college account.
What's in the space fridge? Tang, milk, Sunny D.
Money?
Well, guys, tell us a little bit about your organization.
Yeah, so absolutely. We're with the we're a nonprofit based out of Fort Worth called the Real House Foundation, and our mission is to foster and curate the next generation of film and art lovers. So what we do is we work with other local nonprofits that are youth based, and also other youth groups, and we provide a cinematic experience for underserved youth in our area. So we bring them into we mainly focus our partner with the Modern and Stage West. We'll bring them into a theater type setting. We'll show them a repertory film, and then afterwards we'll have a conversation with them about it. So, and our intent is to provide a voice for a lot of kids who may not have had a voice previously, and then also to encourage these kids to look at art with a critical eye, which is one of the things that we think is kind of currently dying, is criticality of art and media and just in general.
One great example of that would be the closure of the Fort Worth Art Center.
Yeah.
Right.
How about that?
Right. Yeah,
that's something that I've been kind of, it's been on the front of my mind for a while since I started talking about losing that spot. Out of the things that are important to the city of Fort Worth, you would think that the city of Fort Worth would get behind that program, because art is one of the biggest draws to Fort Worth. We have great museums, great art galleries, and people come here for that.
Yeah, these museums are world class.
Yeah.
Right. The Modern, the Kimball, the Amon Carter, and to have the Fort Worth Art Center right there, right, in that kind of area, and then to lose that, right? I mean, you're telling people, take a walk from the modern to the Kimball to the Carter, and also here's local work.
Yeah.
Right. Here's work by local artists, and now we're going to lose that. And again, you know, Ebert called movies empathy machines, and it's the same thing with other visual art. Right. These things give us a way to see the world in a new way. Right. Interact with our own lived experiences through that art.
Yeah.
And then to bring in underserved youth and to say, no, you tell us what you think. Right. To say, we'll shut up for a few minutes. We'll help, right, curate this conversation. But this is about you, right? This is about, what do you think? How do you feel sitting around all these other people, right, going through this same experience? Yeah, I think we are missing a lot of that. Not just the critical eye, not just the ability to, you know, discuss in that way, but just to be with other people and be around that kind of work.
Yeah. And I think socially it's changing, and it's really pathetic. But I think that the things that really should matter most to people are getting whitewashed by, you know, oh my God, TikTok's going to get shut down. I can't tell you how many emails, a rash of them yesterday, and I'm a little pissy about it. So, but the way people communicate has changed.
Absolutely.
There's no, there's very little tact in the way people email you or message you or return phone calls. It's just it's driving me nuts. And I think it's social media. Like we're totally fine. Everybody is disposable. Every conversation is just, you know, a fart in the wind.
If you can't get it done in 3 minutes, then what's the point, right?
30 seconds.
Right. And I think this is something else that I feel like we're trying to address, especially with the film club screenings, right? So the adult series, right, that we also have, where once a month we have a free, open to the public screening of a repertory film, typically art house based film at Stage West, right? Okay. And so this is us collaborating with another local organization to provide something we think is lacking, right, in Fort Worth. There is no repertory screenings, right? We've got some first run stuff, but if you want to see something older, right, something more artistic, you got to go to Dallas, right? You've got to go to the Texas Theater, the Angelica,
Draft House,
the Draft House, and there are no draft houses in Tarrant County. And so there we are trying to provide, again, like another way to talk about this stuff together in a room where we're not, you know, having discussions on TikTok and not listening to people. Right.
Yeah. So our Fort Worth Film Club series also is based out of Stage West. We also run a monthly series out of the Modern as well, and we do something similar in that series where we will show an art house repertory film or something that we feel is culturally significant, either to what's going on in the world or just something that has popped in other places like New York or LA that we really think should be shown in Fort Worth, the 12th biggest city in the United States, that we don't get any art house films, but or any sort of like major market recognition. And then we have a conversation or a discussion afterwards with either selected guests who have, you know, a certain insight on the film, or or we just have a conversation with the crowd and to get their thoughts on the film and let them look at it with a critical eye as well.
That's awesome. Well, Fort Worth Roots would like to get involved with you guys if we can ever help.
Oh, absolutely.
Be part of that.
For sure.
It's really awesome what you guys are doing.
Make sure we send you all the information on our upcoming screenings.
Very cool.
And a personal invite.
Nice.
In a very like rudely worded email.
With like
with like no punctuation.
Yeah, no heading, no.
Yeah, but you know, I don't use capitalization on text though. Have you noticed that?
I'll just send them a TikTok. It's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not on the TikToks.
Yeah. You could do just pick any random video and stitch it. You'd be like, hey, you're talking over them. Look, if you want to come to this thing tonight, what the hell is this? We talked about this.
Just kids dancing.
All right, I've got one really shitty news story that I wanted to share with you guys because this is a national tragedy, and I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't play this for you guys. I'm going to use a clip from the interwebs because these guys are going to more eloquently describe the situation as we know it today. You know what's coming. Let's get into it. Oh, my God, Andrew. Hold on a second, folks. Sorry. It's not technical difficulties. Let's be honest. I stayed up late watching For All Mankind.
That's all right. Own it, Andrew.
Right.
Own it.
Had to.
We're here for you. We support you.
All right. Here we go.
We just got the first video statement from American Airlines in after the crash in D.C.
I'm Robert Isom, the CEO of American Airlines. I want to brief you on a serious accident that occurred involving an American Eagle aircraft. The aircraft was operated by PSA Airlines, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of American Airlines. First and most importantly, I'd like to express our deep sorrow about these events. This is a difficult day for all of us at American Airlines, and our efforts now are focused entirely on the needs of our passengers, crew members, partners, first responders, along with their families and loved ones. I know that there are many questions, and at this early stage, I'll not be able to answer all of them, but I do want to share the information I have at this time. American Eagle Flight 5342, operated by PSA Airlines, a CRJ 700 aircraft traveling from Wichita, Kansas to Washington Reagan National Airport, has been involved in an accident near Washington, D.C. It appears to have collided with a military aircraft on approach. Flight 5342 was under the command of 4 crew members and carried 60 passengers for a total of 64 people on board. We are actively working with local, state, and federal authorities on emergency response efforts, and the American Airlines care team has been activated to assist our passengers and their families. We're cooperating fully with the National Transportation Safety Board in its investigation and will continue to provide all the information we can. Our cooperation is without pause, and we want to learn everything we can about today's events. That work will take time, but anything we can do now, we're doing. And right now, that means focusing on taking care of all passengers and crew involved, as well as their families. Members of our GO team will be on their way to Washington, D.C., and I'll be heading there shortly as well. We know that many people will be concerned for the welfare of their loved ones, and we've set up a special helpline friends and family can call at 1-800-679-8215. That's 1-800-679-8215. If you believe you've had friends or family on board American Eagle Flight 5342. We understand and appreciate that people are eager for information. Please know that we'll continue to share accurate and timely information as soon as we can, but anything we must report must be accurate. We owe that to everyone involved. Our team of highly trained professionals will be working around the clock to support our passengers, crew, and their families, however we can, and we'll update you as soon as we can. Thank you.
We're going to keep you.
It's rough. Yeah. Sorry I had to do that to you folks.
No.
But damn it. So, well, now you get that information. Does not sound like they're going to find any survivors. That water is really cold, and that was a very violent accident. So, we're going to get into these events for the weekend. After that, I didn't know where to put that in the show, but it had to come up sometime. So,
yeah.
Do you guys have any events coming up with your organizations this weekend?
Not this weekend, no.
What about next week? When's the next one?
When is
our next event will be February 11th. It's a Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. at the Modern. We will be screening Trading Places, starring Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy and Jamie Lee Curtis. And we have 2 special guests, Dr. Marcellus Perkins and Devin Goodman, that will be joining us for a post-screening discussion.
Now, how does it work? Do you tickets charging at the door? What are we doing?
We have a $5 suggested donation.
Cool.
That you can access on our website, which is railhousefoundation.org or fortworthfilmclub.com.
Very cool. Very cool.
We just want you to show up. So I mean, look,
right.
Just come to the screening and I'll pay for your entry.
If you got $5, cool. If not, just get in here.
Right, absolutely.
Exactly.
That's the idea.
We will also take $1.
You guys like yoga?
Yeah.
Join us for a relaxing introductory yoga session outdoors. No previous yoga experience required. Meet at Marty Leonard Lotus Marsh Boardwalk. Jesus, could they have shortened that name a bit?
No, but that looks like a great picture. It looks like a very relaxing.
This is out at the Fort Worth Nature Center and Refuge. It's off of 199, and it is really cool. There's bison out there and all sorts of room to run around. And if you're into yoga, that's $5. Pre-registration is required.
So they do yoga with goats. Are they doing yoga with bison here?
That sounds aggressive. That doesn't sound like a beginner class, right? You got to be like a yoga Jedi to be messing with them bison like that. Finding these events on Fort Worth Report right now. We'll skip over to Facebook events here in a minute. Comedian Jim Gaffigan, January 30th, 7:30 p.m. That's tonight. $45.50. That's before all the add-ons, I'm sure. The processing fee, the credit card fee, the fee.
Live Nation fee.
Live Nation's going to be about 90% upcharge. All right. Due to an overwhelming fan demand, 3-time Emmy Award-winning comedian Jim Gaffigan is adding a second show to kick off the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo Auditorium Entertainment Series, and he brings his Everything is Wonderful tour, featuring all new material to Will Rogers Auditorium on January 30th and the 31st. Tickets for the newly added show will go on sale on Friday, October 18th. What? What is this? Get out of here. Curveball. But yeah, you go to Ticketmaster.com, do the thing. Anyway, I like Jim Gaffigan. I've never seen him play live, but definitely one of my favorites. I think everybody loves that guy. All right, let's get into these Facebook events real quick. Get you guys out of here for the day. Thursday's our long one.
I don't have anything else going on.
It's the only time we do this.
Look, my students don't need me there. It's fine.
They're learning through TikTok videos as well.
Exactly, right? Probably learning more than I'm teaching
Everybody,
them.
please take out your phones now.
Well, I hope my dean's not watching this.
Pull up your Chinese device app, whatever. The date. This is looking forward just a little bit, but I want to let you guys know out here at Hoppin, where we record Monday through Thursday, off of Weisenberger Street. Hoppin is a self-pour tap room with 58 taps on the wall, THC seltzers, wine, craft beer, and they have a full cocktail bar. It's a really rad little spot, live music and all sorts of cool stuff going on. Follow along on Instagram at Hoppin FWTX. Anyway, February 14th, we're going to do some cool stuff out here. At 7:30 on February the 14th, we are firing up the Fort Worth dating game. Do y'all remember clips from like the old 1970s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Chuck Woolery. And
That's what we're going for. So I'm going to be kind of the MC for the thing.
You're going to be the Chuck Woolery.
We're going to try to find me a Chuck suit, and
Nice.
we're going to really
Get
do
like
it
a
up.
Bob Barker microphone.
I got to have that. So, anyway, everybody's welcome to come out. It is a free show, and right before that, 6:30 to 7:30 is the pre-show singles shenanigans, put on by Fort Worth Singles Ready to Mingle Facebook group. So it's going to be a really fun night. It doesn't matter if you're single or married for 50 years. This is going to be a really fun night. So come on out and join us.
That sounds like a different kind of party.
What?
It sounds like
Did I say that weird?
Doesn't matter if you're married.
It doesn't matter if you're married.
Come out, hang out with the singles.
Put your keys in the bowl.
Right.
Nothing like that, folks. Michelle from the Body Scrubbery is putting this on. The Body Scrubbery is located on Pennsylvania Avenue, and it's a all-inclusive spa. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself kind of deal. That's the tagline. Anyway, more to follow. Funky Town Side Saddle. We've got Kendi Jean is putting on a just barn burner of a show for us. These are going to be tickets, $20 at the door here at Hoppin. This is February 8th at 4:30, and we have got an all-star lineup of female forward artists. I said that weird, but they have men in their band, some of them, so it's not like all ladies, no boys allowed kind of deal, but it was supposed to be like, a women's thing.
But you can be an ally.
And you can be an ally.
Yeah.
And what better way to support than to provide drums for a really cool female band?
Right.
Yeah, drum, bass, yeah.
Something in the background.
To be the off-rhythm section.
Exactly. So anyway, it's going to be a great time. We've got Bailey Rhodes, April Smith, Calamity Janes. The font on this is really weird. I need to just write this stuff out. Late to the Station, September Moon, Kendi Jean, and the Velvet Smoke Show, all on one bill. It's going to be really cool. 4:30, February 8th. All right, onward. Out here at Hoppin this Friday, Cousins Maine Lobster Truck is going to be here from 4 to 9. If you guys have not had Cousins Maine Lobster yet, it is really damn good. You got to have it once, and maybe if you have it once, you'll have it every time after that. But Brick's Barbecue Class, 12 to 3 p.m. out here at Hoppin. Salsa Limon Food Truck, 6 to 10, all going down this Saturday at Hoppin. And then Sunday is 25% off all taps. And that's ridiculous because there's Lone Star on the wall over here for $1.80 a pint. Yeah.
Do the math real quick. That's
it's cheap.
almost under $1.
How are you going to get that any cheaper anywhere else? So anyway, that's what's up at Hoppin. McFly's Pub this weekend. Let's see. Yeah. Painting with a Little McTwist is back this Sunday, 5 p.m. This will be a monthly painting class. This month we'll be painting a cute groundhog for Groundhog's Day. Stay tuned for next month's theme. This is going down February 2nd. That's Sunday, right? Yep. At 5 p.m. at McFly's Pub. All right. First day at the new Post. We lost the Post about, a year ago?
Oh, yeah.
It's been a minute.
Right, yeah.
I actually got to I bumped into the owner of the Post the other day, and I've since forgotten his name. We've met twice now, and I just keep
Posty McPosterson is what his name is.
Post boy.
Look, I see him more than I'd like to say, and I forget his name each time.
How about the Postman?
There we go.
Postman.
That's what his name should be for sure.
Who was the lead in that movie?
Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
First day at the new Post, Saturday at 4 p.m. They're back, folks. They're going to be at the original Lola's location just off of West 7th Street, 2736 West 6th Street, Fort Worth, Texas. And let's see, the bar at the new Post opens on February 1st at 4 p.m. Come check the place out and have some drinks. We'll have 100 of local show posters from various venues and events over the last 10 years to give away for free on a first-come, first-served basis.
That's cool.
These include posters from the Live Oak, Shipping and Receiving, Lola's Saloon, Fort Worth Live, The Post, and more. That's really rad, man. That's
Sounds
cool.
really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Concert posters are awesome.
Wade Bowen, Saturday at 10 p.m. is going to be at Billy Bob's, Texas. You can get your tickets at axs.com. And lots of details on Facebook events if you want to read through that. End of Line, a tribute to the Allman Brothers Band. That's today at 7 p.m. Tulips. See tickets at ctickets.us. And lots of details about that. Go to Fort Worth Events if you want to check that out. Facebook events. Man. All right, I got through this.
I thought that was wonderful.
Yeah, you did. It's like you've been doing it for a while.
And I'm a much better person for
knowing these
having
things,
heard
for sure.
I refer back to the Adam Sandler. Was it Happy Gilmore?
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison. You know what I'm talking. You know this is going.
We are all dumber for.
May God have mercy on your soul. Yeah, exactly. Well, guys, do you have some links and some social media places that people can find you at?
Yeah, you can go out to reelhousefoundation.org. That's REEL, so like a movie reel. And you can go to fortworthfilmclub.com. Both of those go to the same site, but that's all of our calendar information is out there. We're on Instagram at Fort Worth Film Club and Real House Foundation. And on
we've
Facebook,
got Facebook events set up for all of our future
for
screenings.
for our upcoming stuff as well.
That's
so
good.
Check us out.
I noticed you didn't talk about those.
I'm kidding.
We try to project a week out. Yeah,
I'm kidding.
that's why we got you here.
I know.
Right. But yeah, we have all of our stuff out there. We'd love to see you at an upcoming event. And tell your friends, tell your family. It's a good time, and it really, not to toot our own horns, but we really are trying to address a void here in Fort Worth from a film perspective, and hopefully we can do our small part.
Right.
Excellent.
And provide engaging conversation and community as well.
And if you'd like to hear these voices more,
they're good voices.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Again, we don't stop talking typically unless people tell
Ever.
us to.
Yeah, I had to shut them up, folks. I was like, okay, we're going to hit record. You got to be quiet for a second. God.
Wait, how does this work? No.
It really was a treat having you guys on here today.
Thank you so
much. I tell people this all the time, and I don't get as many responses back as I would think. But honestly, if you guys ever need me to do anything for you, we're here to support 501c and organizations that are moving the needle in the right direction.
We will
here
absolutely
forward.
take
We'll
advantage
take you
of
up on it for
Yes.
sure. We can use all the help we can get.
Very good. And can we get you back on the morning show sometime?
Absolutely.
Yeah, anytime. What are you doing
can do-
tomorrow?
right. Yeah. We don't.
This is our last one for the week, but I can see you
Monday?
Tuesday.
What are you doing Monday? Yeah.
See you next Tuesday.
I think we all got that right.
I love squeezing that in as often as possible. Yeah.
Very subtle.
All right. And he brought up a good point. He's like, you didn't read off our events. But he's got a valid point. You guys, it's one guy doing all this stuff. And I'm not complaining. I love what I do. But if you've got an event and you don't want me to miss it, please email us an audio clip. Take your smartphone, find the recorder app, tell us about the event on your phone, and then take that file and email it to us, media@fortworthroots.com. That way it comes out nice and buttery smooth. You can also call our phone line and leave a message. It's going to sound terrible, but I'll let you do it. It's 817-988-1292 if that's a little easier for you. Hope you guys are going to have a great weekend. Go out and support a local business this weekend if you can, if you got the time and a little bit of expendable income.
Yeah. A lot of the vids you talk about were free anyway, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
We
And we are
provide
free.
free events.
We are always free.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
And easy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I wasn't going to advertise that today, but yeah, sure. We're
Super
easy.
easy. I'm sending this straight to your class. Hopefully they'll get it before you start. All right, folks. Thank y'all so much for listening to today's episode. If y'all need anything from us, again, the email is media@fortworthroots.com. As you move through today, we hope that you will choose love and gratitude every chance you get. Till next week, folks. Good day.
Days go, but our love is never so wonderful. I'll never let go, 'cause dreams do come true. And here comes my great day in the morning.